Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to be making a Valentine's watch list. These films and TV series range from the utterly swoon-worthy to the tragic and showcase all types of different love. Let's begin with In the Mood for Love, because surely you need to be in the mood for love to watch a whole lot of romance movies. This film is perfection. The cinematography is sumptuous and the story is heartbreaking. It's set in Hong Kong during the 60s and follows two neighbours played by Maggie Cheung and Tony Leung, who find out that their partners have been cheating on them with each other, and soon they spend some time together and fall in love. Within the Mood for Love, Wong Kar-wai has created one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen. Costumes are stunning, the soundtrack is haunting, and the way that he captures certain moments is just perfection. Portrait of a Lady on Fire, another unfulfilled romance. Are they the best kind of romance movies? I seem to enjoy them. I don't know what that says about me. This film, like In the Mood for Love, is exquisite. The visuals are like a painting, which in itself mirrors the narrative because it follows two females, one a painter and one a young aristocrat. And the painter is commissioned to paint a portrait of the young woman to send to the man she is soon to marry. And they get to know each other through these very intimate painting sessions, and soon a forbidden love blossoms. And one of the most beautiful things about this film is how it's shot. And because it's about women shot by a woman, there is no male gaze. There's this dreamy poetic quality to it, and it's also a great subversion of the artist and the muse. They become one. I love it so much. Spike Jonze's film is a love story for the postmodern age. In theory, it sounds utterly ridiculous. A man falls in love with his operating system, but Her is much more than just this wild sci-fi concept. It's a study on loneliness and a desire for connection in a technology-focused world. In essence, Her is a melancholic but ultimately hopeful film, and I love this line that Amy Adams' character says: "We are only here briefly, and in this moment I want to allow myself joy." Oh, what a beautiful sentiment. Another French film. I swear, like, French cinema is just romance movies galore, but they seem to do them the best, I think. This one is a romantic comedy, and it's called Deux Mois, or Someone Somewhere. It isn't really your typical rom-com, and that's one of the reasons why I really like it. The film focuses on two lonely Parisian millennials as they navigate life trying to find a connection with someone somewhere. In a way, it's kind of similar to Her in that aspect, that it's about lonely people trying to find connection, and like technology gets in the way. They learn to love themselves and to improve themselves, and through taking chances and expanding their horizons, they soon find each other. And there is also a very important conversation around mental health throughout the film, which I thought was rather great. So it's quite healing and heartwarming at the same time. Alright, I've got some quick fire recommendations because I could talk about movies for hours and hours, but obviously we don't want this video to be hours and hours. 4 Weddings and a Funeral. So British it hurts. Charming, brilliant, funny. Call Me By Your Name. A heady summer somewhere in northern Italy. Yes please. Breakfast at Tiffany's. Beautiful love story. There are problematic parts in it, so fast forward the racist bits. Perfect Sense. Love in the time of a pandemic. How current. Ooh. It's a great film though. Amelie, another French one. So charming, like, it's beyond belief how heartwarming and charming and sweet this film is. And I think it was the first French movie I ever watched, and since then I've probably watched like a billion. A Royal Affair. This Danish film is beautiful. It's period drama, and Mads Mikkelsen's character says this at a mass ball. Like, how can you not fall in love? The Bodyguard. Me and my sister used to be so obsessed with this film when we were younger. Like, I don't know what it was. It's probably like such a lame movie, but there's this nostalgia factor to it. And, like, to be honest, Whitney Houston was just stunning in this film. Une femme est une femme, a woman is a woman. Anna Karina was the coolest new wave actress. You can challenge me, but you won't win. And the scene where they use book titles in an argument is one of my favourite moments in a film ever. I love it so much. Le Chanson d'amour, love songs. It's a French musical. It's a little bit melancholy and slightly tragic, but there's also beautiful sentiments about love. There is LGBTQ themes in it as well. And because, well, Louis Garrel, le mec est si beau. Yeah, to be honest, like, any of his movies, and if you have seen Little Women and haven't fallen in love with him in that movie, then who even are you? Who even are you? But yes, watch all of his French movies. Far from the Madding Crowd. The adaptation that I personally like is the Thomas Vinterberg one. He's one of my favourite directors, and the way it's shot, it's almost as if it's just as much a love story as a love letter to the west coast of England. And it's just shot in this beautiful technicolor, and almost made me want to, like, become a farmer. Oh dear. Mon roi, my king. This film by May Wen is so raw. Like, it charts the ups and downs of this really intense relationship, and like every time it just so powerful and sad but beautiful at the same time. Sylvie's Love, a period drama that feels really modern but so beautifully nostalgic at the same time, and Tessa Thompson is great in it. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, a brilliant sci-fi romance that explores memory and how everyone comes into your life for a reason. I'm a cyborg, but that's okay. A quirky and cute film from the Korean Master of Revenge. Yes, and it's mesmerising. It's so colourful, so quirky, beautiful, and it was the film that actually got me into Korean cinema. And yeah, Park Chan-wook is quite the filmmaker. Another Park Chan-wook film that I would wholeheartedly recommend is The Handmaiden, which is such a twisty, romantic, erotic thriller. It's brilliant. Cold War. Only watch this if you want to cry your eyes out. This Polish film is utterly devastating. Beautifully shot in black and white, and Joanne Kulig is brilliant in it, but it will destroy you. Les Amours Imaginaires. It's directed by Xavier Dolan and follows two friends, Francis and Marie, who both fall in love with the same guy, who happens just to be like a walking, talking David by Michelangelo, so can't really blame them. And this really sort of intense rivalry forms between the two friends as they try and win this guy's affections. It's funny, it's brilliantly shot, like the slow-mo montages, the use of soundtrack, and the final scene is just hilarious and brilliant. Love it. I am actually really enjoying Dolan's filmography at the moment. And Le Monde Double Lover. Watch this if you're a bit of a psycho, really. Just kidding. Where am I? This film by Francois Ozon is utterly bizarre. It's a trippy erotic thriller based on a Joyce Carol Oates book. And now for TV shows. To be honest, I've only really got two television show recommendations, and that's One Spring Night and Something in the Rain. They're both Korean dramas, they both star Jung Hae-in, and they're both directed by Ann Pan-suk. I think they were on Netflix. Yeah, that's where I watch it in the UK anyway. Utterly beautiful. I swear I've said utterly beautiful like 100 times. You could turn this video into a shots game. Every time I say utterly beautiful or exquisite, take a shot. These series are so swoon-worthy, and they're comforting and utterly romantic. And throughout every single episode, I find myself like beaming because it's just so wholesome. It's the kind of thing to watch if you want to fall in love with the idea of love. So that was my Valentine's watch list. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any recommendations, please leave them in the comments section for everyone else, and see you soon with another video. Laters.